Walk through history and heritage at Otow Orchard, where this family is carrying on the legacy of this land. Learn about the ancient art of hoshigaki, dried persimmons, and meet the matriarch of the family, still passionate for persimmons at 102 years old. The famous Stevens Brothers boats.
Right here.
World famous.
All world famous, all made in Stockton.
If you love wondrous watercraft, we have a treasure trove just for you.
I want to get in there, can we?
You bet.
Oh, wow, this is gorgeous.
And deck the halls for the holidays at Mchenry Mansion in Modesto. Then hit the road to Apple Hill for a little harvest, history, and heartwarming family food. Rob on the Road starts now.
And now, Rob on the Road, exploring Northern California.
Oh, the things you will see in California. I just love it. And sometimes if you blink, you will miss it. We are right off of Eureka Road at Otow Orchard. It's a persimmon farm, but this place is so much more than just fruit. It is a story of perseverance and family. The roots run deep at Otow Orchard in Granite Bay. Here on the original 20 acres of land bought in 1911 by Japanese immigrant Kichitaro Kawano. Fruit trees, primarily persimmons, would soon blanket these hills. Some of the original trees are still standing and bearing fruit today. Helen Otow, at 102 years old, is the family matriarch and still greets you bearing fruit and carrying on the legacy of this land. When the persimmons are picked, Helen massages every single one for more than a month. Not a day goes by without Helen's touch and tender care.
Years, yeah, years. Every year, you know, they come out and I have to massage them. We've done it for a long time, and I'm still here, so I don't know how long.
You work hard.
I worked hard before.
Helen took over the farm when her father died in 1939. 3 years later, Helen was forcibly removed from her land during World War II and relocated to Tule Lake internment camp. Helen came home after the war, taking back her family farm and moving forward with her daughter Chris and son-in-law. Tosh Kuratomi, what a pleasure to meet you.
Well, thank you, and welcome to Otow Orchard.
Oh, it is so beautiful here. Yeah. I am captivated, truly captivated. This beautiful fruit, the persimmon, and the beautiful story of this land is so deep.
Well, to me, it's just work.
And that blows my mind, because what you do for work is really wondrous.
We are probably here for that reason.
Tosh and Chris Kuratomi are now the third generation growing this fruit. This family specializes in the ancient art of dried persimmons, known as hoshigaki, a time-consuming and painstaking transformation. Each persimmon is hand-peeled, then strung up to dry in the sun. So this process, this hanging, how long do they stay like this?
Okay, once they're peeled and tied up and on the racks, they'll be on those sticks for 5-6 weeks.
The daily massaging, called momu, causes the sugar to surface on each drying persimmon.
That went from being firm to just kind of a Nerf ball. Now here, try this one.
Oh, it's much harder. So I'll start at the top with momu. Okay, and then come down, right? Okay, it starts to soften. The racks are moved inside when the sugar surfaces to protect the fruit and to dry for a few more weeks. My gosh, I wonder how many she's done.
Well, in her lifetime, she's probably done a couple million.
Oh my goodness. Helen's technique is clearly working. judging by the bustling Otow Orchard's fruit stand.
I'm Jim. Nice to meet you,
Jim. What you got?
I've got an assortment of persimmons, some chocolate persimmons, some vodka cured persimmons, and some cinnamon persimmons.
Oh, wow.
I love persimmons. They're so good.
But now, is this a once a season thing for you, or do you come back?
I'll be back. I was here last week and got a box of them, so.
All right. Well, have fun with those.
I definitely will.
All right. Good to see you. Thanks, Jim.
Decades of happy customers, all from a family that chooses to stay in business. This land is worth millions of dollars, surrounded by the development of Granite Bay's beautiful homes. The Otows won't sell their land, preserving their passion for persimmons.
What is this one? Because you have many different types you sell.
This happens to be a gyombo.
And is there anything added to it?
Oh, no.
No, this is it. Okay, and just bite it?
Natural, yes.
Wow. People keep pouring in and out of here to buy them, and I see why, and I taste why. Everybody, look at the camera and wave bye. And we just want to say,
Hi.
it's great to be at Otow Orchard in Granite Bay. Say bye-bye. Say bye, Helen. Wave.
Bye-bye.
Fall means harvest time in Northern California, and Apple Hill is definitely an exciting adventure for you to explore. We are in Camino, just east of Placerville, home to more than 50 growers. Let's hop inside Larson Apple Barn.
And they've already put me to work, and I'm glad to do it. This is Larson's Bake Shop. And this is Lynn Larson. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
And I could just say you are the queen of apples here because you run it all.
The customers that come, the apples that we grow, this is our life.
Look at this. Oh, are those hearts on there?
You know what? They aren't really intended to be hearts, but that's what they turn into. So that's our love to you.
Oh, well, there's a lot of love in here because there are
About 2 3/4 pounds of apples in each one of
almost
these.
3 pounds in each apple pie. Fresh, woo.
Hot.
These are the fresh and hot apple dumplings. All right, so, may I?
You may.
Okay, you have got to tell me what this crust is.
This is grandma's crust, great grandma's. We don't change it. It's an all vegetable crust.
Look at that.
Brown sugar, cinnamon, and butter inside the dumpling with a ooey gooey apple cinnamon cider sauce that goes over the top.
That is stunningly beautiful.
Very simple, but the flavor is totally apple.
Let's see. Oh,
I feel like I'm at a wedding.
well, hi, y'all. You want a bite of my apple pie, honey? Come here. Eat it. You don't ask, you just eat. Oh, what's this? Is that hot?
No, you can touch that.
I want you to see this. That, stop it,
Apple
is
strudel.
an apple strudel.
I'll let you serve one to me.
Oh my gosh.
And then we're going to serve that with hot apple cinnamon cider sauce
Oh my gosh.
made with fresh apple juice.
So I'm clearly figuring out that Apple Hill is an eat your way through experience.
It is definitely, and you can find amazing things at so many of the bake shops. Find your favorite wherever it is.
The bake shop is right next to the center of the farm, Larson Apple Barn. You'll find more than 20 varieties of apples rolling through the washing belts and right onto the shelves to sell. These same machines have been turning apples for decades.
You step inside of the apple barn and it is exactly what it says because these are everywhere. Big boxes filled with apples. And this is Ray Larson, who is the apple guy. Good to see you, Ray.
Good to see you.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for coming.
What a beautiful place.
Well, we kind of like to keep it up, and it's a nice place to come. It's a nice place to live.
And it has been a place to live for your family since 1860.
Yeah, I'm the 5th generation.
The 5th, and your grandchildren would be the 7th.
That's correct.
I would imagine that your great-great-grandparents would be so proud of you.
Well, I would say they would, because they put a lot of effort and time. You think about leaving Europe and coming clear across the ocean and finding a place and then starting a farm. That was a real commitment on their part. All positive ripple effects.
From what two people did.
Two people.
That's fascinating to me. Your museum here pays tribute to that as well. Pieces that are on a self-guided tour of the museum are things that your great-grandparents made.
Yes, or bought. We have a picture of my grandfather in a suit. You look at it and you think, why was he in a suit? Because this was something new, different. It was the cutting edge.
And it was dressing up for
Yeah, or dressing up to get that picture.
That's fantastic.
The Larsons are part of an even larger family. Apple Hill is a year-round attraction, and this is the sign to look for. Apple Hill Growers, made up of more than 50 farms and ranches. The map is a great tour guide for every season. Flower farms bloom open in the spring. Famous wineries serve their spirits all year long. There's tree farms, even spas for relaxation and fun.
Hey.
I'm from Washington.
Washington State?
Yeah.
Good.
I come here to get apples.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm
From
not.
Washington State. Fuji apples. That's a lot of fresh apples.
Yes, it is.
Where are these headed?
Wyoming.
Wyoming?
Yes.
By way of what?
I'm taking them.
You by way of you.
Yeah.
This is the most picturesque place to live.
Yes, it is. It's beautiful. It's Northern California.
It is.
America's playground.
This is the best.
Welcome to one of the most famous places in Modesto, the Mchenry Mansion, built back in 1883, and we have a private tour for you today. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Wayne Mathis is the curator here. Been here for 40 years.
Yes.
I love to go behind the scenes, and the room behind us, the front parlor room, is
Right.
always blocked off with a stanchion. You took
Right.
it down for us today, so let's go in. This is just spectacular. I see you have decorated for the holiday season. Of course, this show airs year-round, but right now you're getting a taste of the holidays.
Yes. And people come down and see the decorations and check out the house.
I know that there are two things in a room around the corner that are original to the house, and I'd like to show them to you. So let's go.
Good.
Cool. As we leave the front parlor, now we're in the back parlor where I guess playing and there's a piano and all types of things happen.
It's their everyday.
Everyday living. Into the library, and this is spectacular. These paintings are original to the home. Who painted this?
Alfred Rodriguez, who was an artist that lived in San Francisco and the Oakland area.
An interesting story about the carpet here at the Mchenry Mansion, because when you ordered all of this carpet from England, it's not made, this carpet, in the United States.
That's correct.
The Queen's Jubilee was taking place, and I think her order took a little bit of precedence, right?
That's how it worked out.
Well, it certainly is beautiful, and so is this room, the dining room. I have to bring you in here because I think that this might be my favorite room in the home. I love the hardwood floors, and I just think they're spectacular. The inlay over here is beautiful.
That was part of the remodeling when the son moved into the house. He added hardwood floors in different portions of the house, and we decided to keep it here in the dining room just because it makes it more functional, because it is possible to rent the mansion and have a dinner party here in the dining room.
We wanted to end in Robert Mchenry's bedroom. It has been completely restored to the era. This is not the original furniture, but this is the furniture from the era.
Correct. In 1976, it was at the request of Mayor Lee Davies, who wanted to see one of the last remaining Victorians preserved. He talked to Eileen and Julio Gallo, and they graciously purchased the house for $150,000 and then put in a lot more money to restore the house.
So the Gallos bought it and gave it to the city.
That's correct.
That's quite a gift.
It was.
Definitely quite a gift. You've given 40 years of your life to keep this shining beacon that really is the gem of Modesto. But it really is a gift that you've done yourself too.
Well, it's something that I really enjoy doing, and so even though it took a long time, we didn't compromise on anything. We did it right.
I tell you what, it is a stunning place, and as you said, this mansion built in 1883 is open to the public. So come check it out. We are right on the corner, the main corners of
15th and I.
15th
and we're open every day except Saturdays because we have rentals, weddings, and that type of thing. Every day from noon until 4.
Okay, absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much, Wayne.
Thank you.
What a pleasure to be here with you in Modesto at the Mchenry Mansion.
Keep traveling with us on Rob on the Road. A toast to California's Shenandoah Valley with a view you must see. Plus, a veteran reconnects with a plane he once flew. See a moving salute to a pilot's passion. Welcome to Amador County. This is Iron Hub Winery. This is the Iron Hub, and this region is getting statewide attention. The Shenandoah Valley on Rob on the Road! I have traveled this state and seen so many beautiful places, but wow, this is definitely right there. This is the Shenandoah Valley, and Beth and Tom Jones are here with Iron Hub Winery. Good to see you both.
Excellent to see you.
What a beautiful place.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we looked all over California, and this was the best we could find for a new wine.
Really?
Yes.
Why this spot?
Tom's a long-time winemaker, wonderful experience, and this area provides the community, the wine knowledge, the wine enthusiasm, the culture, and the wonderful soils and vineyards here. So Tom's really been enjoying this camaraderie and all of the welcome that we've had.
So this region is getting so much attention. You hear Amador wines, Amador wines. What in the world is it?
Oh, it's just the soil. It's wonderful granitic soil, gives enough moisture to keep the crop happy, but not too much so that you get a huge canopy.
Season wide, this part of Shenandoah Valley has a gorgeous breeze that pulls up through the Sierras. And grapes love it, we love it, the patio loves it.
This tasting room, you can see completely all the way around the valley.
We can see the Neighbors, which was a vineyard planted when Abraham Lincoln was in the White House.
Get out.
All the way through to the quilt of the vineyards up to the Crystal Range of the Sierras.
Shenandoah Valley, why is it called that?
This is the Shenandoah Valley, I understand, because of the immigrants that moved here in the 1850s.
And it looks like home.
Yes. And the area now is often referred to as the Tuscany of California because of its picturesque views.
We've been working at this for 30 years, and so to be able to express it in this venue is really fortunate.
Are you happy?
Oh, we're so happy. I love having customers come in and being able to share our story and Tom's wines. To have our children involved, it's just really a dream come true. It's the California dream, it really is.
I'm so happy for you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you for letting us here today. Beautiful Shenandoah Valley. And we can see the fruits of your labor, both the wine and the kids. All right, cheers to the camera. Cheers. Yay, and check us out online at robontheroad.org for all of our stories. Thanks, y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is Victory Park in Stockton, home to the Hagin Museum.
and an amazing collection of California art and history.
Walk inside the Hagin Museum and you'll find one of Stockton's most interesting chapters on display. Stevens Brothers boats are considered works of art. The company became famous for these elegant pleasure craft, including private yachts, sailboats, speedboats, and cruisers. The company would build vessels for the U.S. military during World War II and thrive as one of the most successful Stockton businesses of its time. These days, these gorgeous and graceful boats are collector's items, many still afloat or on display at the Hagin Museum.
The famous Stevens Brothers boats.
Right here.
World famous.
All world famous, all made in Stockton between 1902 and when they closed their doors in 1987. And we have all of the Stevens Brothers archives here at the museum. All the marine architect drawings, photographs, hull files on the majority of the vessels they built over that period of time.
All right, so oh wow, this is gorgeous. Look how beautiful. Now, is this fully restored?
Fully restored by Stevens Brothers before they closed their doors. This particular vessel is a 26-foot runabout.
Built in?
Built in 1927 for a gentleman by the name of Herbert Fleischacker. And some of your viewers might remember when the San Francisco Zoo was known as Fleischacker Zoo. Well, that was Herbert Fleischacker. And he had this vessel up at his summer home in Lake Tahoe.
Wow.
And it was named Maybe after his wife, Maybelle, although the story goes when the kids would come down early in the morning, stand on the dock, and, hey, Mr. Fleischacker, can we have a ride in your boat? He'd say, maybe.
I like that. So when they were originally made, were they this beautiful color?
Oh, yeah. This is Siam teak, mahogany, and white oak. You can still find a couple of these up at Lake Tahoe and
on the Delta.
And on the Delta as well. What's interesting about Stevens boats, you can find them Lake Tahoe, on the Delta, and throughout the world. I mentioned that we have our archives, and we receive anywhere from 12 to 15 requests every year from people who have just bought a Stevens Brothers vessel. They want to restore it, and they want to know what type of material we have. Just last year, I received my first request from Turkey.
Wow.
And also I received a request from New Zealand. A fellow had just bought one of their sailboats known as a Fairlawn Clipper.
World famous boats that were made right here in Stockton. This is a beautiful location. The Hagin Museum here in Victory Park in Stockton is just spectacular. I had not been in here before, and I am blown away.
Well, we want you to come and visit again.
I
we
will.
want all your viewers to come and visit as well.
And it is so nice to meet you, so.
Well, please come back again.
Look at that. That is the Patriots Precision Jet Team at the California Capitol Air Show. We're taking you to Mather Airport on Rob on the Road. Look up. Steve, it's so nice to speak to you today. Tell me about your plane.
Well, I'm here with our P-38 Lightning from Plains of Fame in Chino, California, and it's just one of 10,000 Lightnings they built in World War II. If you can imagine, from the beginning of the war to the end of the war, that 4 or 5 year segment there, they built 10,000 of these out of Lockheed Burbank, and this airplane is just one of 7 flying P-38s left on the whole planet.
Just one of 7?
That's it, yeah. We're really lucky to even have this thing.
You are known all across this country for what you do. What makes you the proudest, though, of what you do?
Well, I just enjoy, well, for me, I love rebuilding airplanes. I love physically getting my hands on them, and I love talking to the people that worked on them, and the people that built them, and the people that flew them, and
But then, our interview was cut short by the surprise arrival of a legend of another kind.
Where did you fly him?
Where?
Yeah.
South Pacific.
South Pacific, yeah? What fighter squadron were you?
I didn't get out to Japan. I was on my way to Japan when they dropped the bomb. That's why I'm still alive.
That's still you're alive, yeah, no kidding.
World War II P-38 pilot Blake Center was brought to an emotional reunion with his past.
That's cool.
And the type of fighter he flew in 70 years ago.
Nice to meet you.
Want to walk around? It is bigger than I imagined. Yeah, it is.
You know, actually, I've met 4 or 5 guys here that are just sharp as a tack. A couple guys, I swear, could jump right in this thing. You know, unfortunately, he can't. But I mean, even at 90 plus years old, isn't that crazy? That's where the wheels go.
Oh, where do they?
When the wheel retracts, that's where it goes. Guns are out of the nose.
Out of the nose. Oh. You want to go underneath there?
What does it, I just have to ask you, what does this make you feel being...
So proud of it.
I have to say how honored I was to see you walk around this plane and look at it. And I know you don't see it from the perspective that I see it, but I just, it's so touching to see you here.
I'm about to tear up here. I'm about to tear up here.
So am I.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.